The Winnipeg Comedy Festival proudly presents R&R, Rest and Relaxation. And now the hardest resting man in show business, your host, Jeremy Hotz.
Thanks. Hi, Winnipeg. How you doing? Here we are, huh? Yeah. Tonight's show is called Rest and Relaxation, so to host it, the CBC has brought in the most exhausted, anxiety-riddled person that you could ever find. I know nothing about rest and relaxation. All I know is people call it R&R, like they're saving so much time. R&R is just confusing. Every time they do that with letters, it pisses me off. IGA. I thought it was IGA the first time I saw it. One of the best ways to relax is taking a nap. Taking a nap is you don't do. You ever wake up from a nap and you're just like disoriented? It's horrible. You ever do it on a plane? You just and there's drool coming out your face, and the mean woman staring at you because you drooled on her arm, and it's a weird yellow drool you've never seen before. And some of the activities for rest and relaxation are garbage, you know? First of all, there should be no activities. If you're resting and relaxing, why should you have to move at all? It's ridiculous. Camping, I would never camp. How is that relaxing? It's not. You lie out under a sheet of canvas with a pole holding it up. I work so that doesn't happen to me. Fishing, I would never. You ever fish in your life, dude? Oh, that's disgusting. You never know what you catch until you pull it out of the water. How is that relaxing? What if it's an eel? Would you take an eel off a hook? I wouldn't try either. I'd throw the whole rod back in the water. Just tow that around for the rest of your life, you giant water worm. You're underwater because nobody wants to look at you, you filthy. I don't like fish. I just don't. I got a tropical fish tank because my psychiatrist said it'd be relaxing and soothing. Most frustrating thing I ever did. Tropical fish are the stupidest animals in the world. They're in a tank. That's because they're easy to catch. You ever see what happens in a fish tank? Nothing. It's so frustrating. Here's the most exciting thing. A fish will be swimming this way, and then a piece of shit from another fish will come down. The fish will see it and eat it. Suddenly realize it's shit and spit it out. 2 seconds later, eat it again. How's that soothing to watch? I'm banging on the aquarium. You idiot, it's the same shit from 2 seconds ago. So what do you say? Are you ready to kick this rest and relaxation show into more of a leisurely gear? I'm going to introduce our first guest by keeping our rest and relaxation theme going. Me relaxing and resting while the voiceover does the introduction for him, because I have done enough work for you already, ladies and gentlemen.
If rest and relaxation were superpowers, this comic would be Captain Couch. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ivan Decker.
Hello, Winnipeg. It is very nice to be back here for the Rest and Relaxation Show. Two things that I am neither of. I am very high-strung. I don't know why I'm here. I don't have a job, and I drink a lot of coffee. I don't know why I do that. I wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I drink 3 cups of coffee, and I go, well, I got to be on stage in 11 hours. Good thing I'm amped. Good thing I'm jacked up by myself in this bachelor suite. spending all day scared, trying to figure out what to do. I still try to save time during the day. I still cook almost exclusively with a microwave. I don't know why. I've got time. I could use an oven, but I don't. I'm amazed that we even still use microwaves, because they're not even good at the one thing they're supposed to do. Like, we just accept it because they've been around for so long, but if you invented a microwave today, you wouldn't be able to sell that to anybody. Like, hey, I invented this thing, you should try it. What does it do? Cooks food really fast. Does it do it properly? No. Not even close. Everything that comes out of this is either still frozen or exploded. Those are the only two options. Occasionally, it'll be both of those at the same time. I don't even know how that's possible. Well, does it have any other interesting features? Yeah, sometimes it'll make the bowl really hot without heating the food in the bowl. Trying to figure out better ways to relax. People told me to play video games, which I can't do because I'm not good at them and they just make me angry. And also, I don't want to be that adult man that has to justify time spent playing video games to other adults, right? Everybody knows that one guy who's like, no, they're good for your hand-eye coordination. There's been studies. Like, you're 30. Your hand-eye's probably fine. I don't think you're waking up in the morning trying to pick up a spoon like, whoops, whoa! I can't get it! My hand and my eye aren't coordinated. Better lock myself inside and play Call of Duty all weekend. So I waste time like most people. I sit on the internet, and I read, and I learn nothing. You're supposed to learn. That was the point of the internet, but what have we arrived at? Lists upon lists of things you don't need to know. Or relationship advice, those are so common, right? Huge lists, 21 ways to fix your marriage. But then you look at the author of these articles, they're never written by a professional, right? It's usually just some passive-aggressive guy who's mad at his wife. The article should actually be called 21 Ways to Fix Your Marriage, Karen! Hope this finds you. But I don't waste time exclusively online. I also binge watch television shows, right? Because that's how you have to watch TV now. Yeah. You can't just watch one episode of a TV show anymore. That's the way it used to be. People walk up to you and be like, hey, did you see that show last night? You'd be like, no. And they'd be like, that's too bad. And then you'd talk about something else. Now people come up to you and they're like, hey, have you seen the entire series of The Walking Dead? And you're like, no. And they're like, we have nothing further to discuss. You have 67 hours of homework to continue this conversation. Get on it. I did watch all 5 seasons of The Walking Dead in a very short amount of time. If you've never seen that show, it is a show about how in the future, chain link fences aren't gonna work. The whole show is like a smear campaign on chain link. I don't know, maybe one of the writers used to be a fence guy and then he got laid off. And I'll show them, they suck in my thing. It also has zombies in it. And I have to tell you, Winnipeg, I am not on board with zombies being scary. They try so hard. If they bite you, it's bad news. Yeah, well, stop getting bitten, you idiots. Everybody on that show is running around in a low-cut shirt. Zombies have human teeth. Put on a leather jacket. Human teeth are not that good. I have human teeth, and I've had sandwiches I can't bite through because they were too toasted. There's a zombie apocalypse. Just go find a motorcycle store, buy the entire outfit. Congratulations, you're Terminator. Just have a nap in the street. Zombies will be gnawing on you all night. Like, ah. You just wake up like, nah, get out of here, you rapscallion. I'm not gonna chew through this. Go bite that sexy guy with his shirt off trying to fix that fence. Winnipeg, you've been fantastic. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody.
Up next, don't miss the relaxing tones of the hilarious March Forward.
Some people get into a state of relaxation by deep breathing. It's a technique known as being a creepy weirdo. This performer is neither of those things. Please welcome Mark Forward.
Thank you. I'm really good. Thank you. No, I'm one of the best, so get ready. I get pretty stressed, so my friends told me to go get a massage, but one with a happy ending. You know what I'm talking about? You guys know what I'm talking about? One of those massages with a happy ending? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, they're one of those massages that have a happy ending, right? I get what the problem is. You're not getting the innuendo because of my condition. I can no longer wink, and so you have no idea what I'm talking. I actually got a real massage once. I got the whole thing. I got the hour special, right? And they lit candles, heated up wax. In the first 30 seconds, she said, "Have you ever got this mole checked out?" I'm there for another hour, trying to relax. She's working on my shoulders, going, "You're really tense." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm worried about dying. They say you'll sleep when you die. That's what everybody says. Sleep when you die, which is a beautiful thought, right? Like you die, you just have a lovely sleep. I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I think about my grandma and I hope she's up in heaven having a good sleep. But then she'll call or come over. I used to work with people that were passing away, like it was their last hours. That was my job. I would sit with them and I would say, "Just go. You've lived a full life. You're loved. You've done all you could. Just let go." And then I would play music because music is very calming, and I would say, just close your eyes. Just go into the light. Barbara's waiting for you. I have trouble sleeping because my mind won't turn off. Does anyone else have that, where your just brain won't shut off? You lie down and you go, "Okay, I'm ready to sleep." And then you're like, within seconds, you're like, Did I pay that bill? Did I pay it? I must have paid it. I remember putting it on the table. Why don't elbows bend the other way? Like, that would be like a really good evolution if we could bend elbows the other way, and then I get frustrated because it won't bend the other way. And I'm like, there's other planets probably where aliens have evolved to have elbows that bend, but I don't want to live there. Maybe it's a weird place, right? Maybe they don't have chickens. And then how do you compare what you're eating to anything? That would be so hard. You're just like, this tastes like something. And that's probably why they leave and they come here, right? And they're just probing us all the time. Now I'm worried about if I fall asleep, I might get abducted and probed. And then I'm in the bathroom, shaving to make sure that my area is presentable for an alien because I hadn't done it in a while. I'm thinking about taking care of my grounds. Then I'm starting thinking about my neighbor whose grounds are so perfect all the time. Every morning I come out, he's like, how you doing? See my lawn? I'm like, yeah, I see it. You know what? There should be a rule. There should be a rule that we're allowed to kill one person in our lifetime. Just one. And we get away with it. Just one. And you're allowed to do it however you want, because I would dig a hole on my lawn and I would bury him alive. And he's crying and saying, please don't. I'd be like, you know how good my lawn's gonna look with you as the fertilizer. Now I'm thinking, I'm gonna die. My life is half over. I'm spending all my time digging holes in my lawn, burying neighbors. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. You guys have been a lot of fun. I'm Mark Forward. Thanks a lot.
Coming up, host Jeremy Hotz is back on the clock when the Winnipeg Comedy Festival returns.
Some people smoke pot for R&R. I am not one of those people. I smoke pot because I suffer from anxiety. And it's legal, and where I live, you can buy it at the store. But even that causes me grief, you know? Seriously. Like once I went in because it didn't work and I wanted to return it. And the guy behind the counter said, there's nothing wrong with this weed. And I'm like, if it was so good, this weed, I shouldn't have been able to find the store. Some people spend hours on the internet relaxing. I do not, because most of the stories give me anxiety. Okay, I read about the future. Anytime you read about the future, it's garbage, let me just tell you. You know what I read the other day? In the future, there'll be no toilet paper. Okay, let me explain. I read the article. Apparently, in the future, when you're done, a ray will just come up and clean everything. And I thought, geez, I'd hate to be Ray. Some people take vacations for rest. I don't, because vacations are stupid. All you get is a photograph standing on a tree or near a tree that you've never seen before. They're stupid. Vacations are dumb. I would never take a vacation because you got to stay in the hotel, and the hotel is the most horrible place to ever stay. It's not your house, but you think it's going to work like your house. The shower in a hotel, garbage. The water barely comes. It's like an old man pissing on my head. And he's got prostate problems because it's an intermittent stream. The younger kids have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But this old guy laughed really hard at that. This is how bad it gets, okay? The last time I went to the doctor, you know what he asked me? He asked me if I was still sexually active. How embarrassing is that? And I had to tell him the truth. I said, yeah, you know, I have sex, but I'm not very active. Older women know, man. If you're gonna have sex, you have to really prepare yourself, man. You gotta concentrate. Yeah, listen up, because you'll do it one day. You'll see, like if I'm in bed, you'll see me doing this. What are you doing? I'm concentrating. I'm thinking about stuff to help me, you know. And the woman's like, well, you better be thinking about me. I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about all the stuff you won't do, and if you did, I wouldn't have to do this in the first place. It's hard work, sex, I'm telling you. And you're pumping away doing your best, and her cat jumps up on your ass. Then you feel the tail between your legs. You think she's reaching with a feather duster, dusting your ass for no apparent reason. And you look over and your feet are up here like this. One of them gets a cramp like that. And you look at it and you've never seen your foot in that shape before and you're worried because it looks like something out of the 4-piece dinner pack at Kentucky Fried Chicken. So you try to wriggle it and then the other foot goes. Now you belong in Jurassic Park. You're never gonna walk again, but you keep doing it, you keep doing it. And all of a sudden you see that face and you know you've done it and you roll over in a ball of sweat completely happy. You never want to see her again or be touched by her. All of a sudden she wants to cuddle. Never touch your guy after that, ladies. That is the worst time possible. What you don't understand is you've just had sex. We've just been to the gym. The best thing for you to do is to get up and take a shower and bring us back some Gatorade. We almost died there. Please welcome a wonderful lady and a really funny girl, Tanyalee Davis, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, Winnipeg! Exciting? Yeah, that's right. As you can tell from looking at me, yeah, I'm very down to earth. I'm also a very busy gal. I mean, this is what I do for a living. It's really hard to rest and relax, because I'm on the go all the time. I travel all over the world doing this job. And I got to do my first tour in Japan not too long ago. That was exciting. I'm huge in Japan. Spent a lot of time in hotels. I love hotels. They're very relaxing for the most part, right? Because other people clean up after you. That's fabulous. The one thing I don't like, and this is international, is I don't like when the maids make the bed. You know what I'm talking about? Can they put the sheets any tighter on the mattress? Try to pull the sheets. I gotta put my legs up against the wall. I mean, finally slide in there. I feel like I'm sleeping in an envelope. Like, hey, can somebody lick me? Good night. Yeah, screw it. I'll just sleep in the pillowcase. There are many things that boast, health and wellness in this day and age. And listen, I am up for pretty much anything. I'm up for a good sport, as long as a celebrity endorses something, right? People jump on the bandwagon. Gwyneth Paltrow, she made news. Apparently, she gets her lady parts steam cleaned. Yeah, she goes to a fancy spa in Santa Monica, California. Yeah, I'm not going to Santa Monica. Don't do what I did. Do not stand over the kettle. But you do know when it's done, when it starts to whistle. The kettle, that is. I tried something recently. I got a fish pedicure. What it is you go down and you stick your feet in a freshwater tank of fish, like little mini guppy-sized fish, and they basically nibble and gobble at your dead foot flesh, and they exfoliate your feet. Yeah. I was in the middle of a shopping mall in Birmingham, England. So I thought, well, okay, I heard this was relaxing, so I get up into the bench, and I go to stick my feet in, and my feet won't reach. Dipping my toe, and the lady goes, you gotta get down, you gotta get down. So I jumped down, and I was waist deep. I don't think this is what the fish bargained for either, let me tell you. Oh, they did their job. I was very exfoliated. Oh, I think they found Nemo. I also tried a flotation tank for relaxation. I was hanging with my friend in Manchester, England, and he had just done it a couple of days earlier, and he said it's really amazing. What it is a gigantic pod. It's full with, it's about 1.5 feet deep of salt water, so you're very buoyant, and you get in there, and you lay in there, give you earplugs, complete darkness. It's basically a deprivation tank. So we were figuring out the logistics of the pod situation, and the spa guy explains to me, when you get in there, turn the light off on the one one side. There's an alarm button on the other side if you need to. And when your session is finished, the lights will come back on and the music will come back on, and that's your indication that your session is over. I'm like, okay, well, I can't open the pod. I'll just float around in here until somebody gets me. So it was amazing. I mean, 1 hour in this pod, I was so relaxed. It was great. At one point, I farted, scared the crap out of myself. And I was actually sad after the hour was finished when the lights and the music came back on, and I thought, okay, I'll hang out here. About 5 minutes later, I guess the pod assumed that whoever was in it was already out of it and had some sort of self-cleaning mechanism that kicked in. Because next thing you know, this jet of water, like from a jacuzzi, comes busting through the pod, and I'm floating on my back, and I start spinning through the pod because this current is just busting through. And I'm just like, the sides of the pod are smooth, and I'm trying to cling on to nothing. And I'm just like, oh my God, and I'm spinning around. I'm like, oh, there's an alarm button. And every time I go by, I'm trying to smack the alarm button, but I can't get a good beat on it, right? I'm just like, oh my God. I'm like, holy crap, if this is self-cleaning, what if it has some sort of evacuation thing that's just gonna open up? And I'm gonna get sucked down to China. I'm like, I am not going down this way, people. I'm like, open the hatch! Open the hatch! Finally, these little eyes peek open. He opens the hatch, and it cut off the water supply, but I'm still spinning in the tank. And the guy, the spa guy, standing in the doorway, and that's when he realized, oh my God, I didn't tell her about that. I was like, oh my God, I was so relaxed for the last hour, and now I want to kill somebody. That's it from me, you guys. Thanks a lot. I'm Tanyalee Davis.
Still to come, take it easy with the easily pronounced Efthimios Nasiopoulos.
Okay, some people are not able to relax. They suffer from a condition known as constantly being told what to do by your girlfriend, just like this comic. The very funny Efthimios Nasiopoulos.
How's it going, Winnipeg? It's good. It was great. Got to sleep in the hotel last night. Nice king-size bed. I need my space, guys. Back home, I live with my girlfriend. Don't have the space. I'm 6'5", 220 pounds. She's 5'9", 910 pounds, and she loves to spoon all the time. Cuddle. Let's just spoon. You're like this big Greek bear. I love it when we can just hold each other. After sex, let's just do it. Let's just cuddle. And that's every guy's fantasy, right? After sex, just to hug it out for a good 6 to 7 hours. I don't know, though. My friends are trying to give me hobbies in the wintertime. They're like, you gotta hunt or do ice fishing. These guys are very blue-collar, construction guys, hard-nosed, and they swear by ice fishing. It's like it's the best. Like, no, you're in like a shed in the middle of a lake by yourself, getting drunk, staring into this hole with just your ice fishing rod. They're like, yeah, I know, nobody can find you. It's amazing. Like, what if you fall in and drown? It's like, hey, I've lived. I'm happy with what I've done in my life. Ladies, if your husband is ice fishing, like, he's not trying to catch fish. He's debating suicide. Stop him. Yeah, my girlfriend, she's amazing. She's always trying to work on things to build more intimacy in the relationship. She's like, we should go for a his and her massage. It's very intimate. Like, why don't we just have sex? I mean, that's really intimate. You can massage me, and then we'll have sex. Why are we getting strangers to touch our naked bodies on opposite tables while I'm just staring at you like, why can't I do this? Why am I spending money to do this? So we go for these his and her massages. They give you these robes. Fortunately, mine looks like a kimono when I walk out of there. It's barely above my ass. If I sit down, I'll get arrested. Let's do this. When they start asking you things, they're like, you know, do you want a male masseuse or a female masseuse? So my girlfriend's like, I feel like a woman. I know they're more gentle and relaxing. It's like, how about you, sir? Guys, no brainer. Why wouldn't I want a woman to touch my naked body while another woman is touching my girlfriend's naked body? It's a no-brainer, right? What are we talking about? It's like we're 4 peas in a pod. Let's do this. Girlfriend freaks out. Why do you want another woman to touch you? I'm like, I just want what you want. You're having a woman, I should have the same thing. I don't want to be better than you. We're even. We're even. So, you know, we compromise. She ends up getting a guy. I still get the woman. And wasn't fair, though, because, first of all, her guy was like 6'2" and jacked. Handsome man touching her. Made it worse is that my female masseuse was also 6'2" and jacked. Looked like she just came off of a Game of Thrones set. Trying to watch Thor gently touch my girlfriend, but it's hard because I'm distracted by this CFL linebacker who got kicked out of the league for being too aggressive, just driving her elbow into my kidney. So we finally finish. I got sores. I can't even move. My girlfriend's just like this in the car. She's like, oh my God, that was the best. Don't even talk to her the whole way home. Then she's like, hey, I'll make it up to you. Let's go have some sex. I'm like, okay, why don't I go to the washroom first so I can pee out this blood? So I get up there, right? There's candles, and there's my girlfriend, romantically passed out. She fell asleep. She was so relaxed. I'm like nudging her. I'm like, hey, get up, let's do this. I'm ready to go. I'm like, one shoulder's like this. Gone the whole night, just passed out. I was so angry. Very next morning, I did two things. Went out, bought some painkillers, and then I bought myself my first ice fishing rod. Never gone back since, guys. Thank you very much. I'm Efthimios Nasiopoulos.
Please welcome Tim Rabnett.
Hi, everyone! Yeah! Thank you so much, Winnipeg! Yeah! All right! Woo! Guys, thanks, guys. It is very good to be here. I am personally very relaxed right now. I don't know if you can notice I'm exuding a calm, confident demeanor. The reason is, I checked just before I came out, my iPhone battery is currently at 84%, so I'm bordering on cocky right now, let's be honest. It's very difficult to imagine a problem I could have in life that couldn't be solved with an 84% iPhone battery. So that's relaxing me. You guys should see me when my iPhone battery is at 7%. Ugh. I am fragile when that happens. If my wife says, honey, can you make a reservation to that restaurant? I'm like, I don't think I can do that. I turn into an unhelpful government employee. I'm like, I don't have the power to do that right now, sir. Don't make me call a supervisor. And she's like, I am your supervisor. What are you talking about? There's just so much pressure to be successful and advance in life and have a career and do well. And I feel that pressure until I remember there's so many shortcuts you can take that get you there quicker. For example, I don't know if you guys knew this. Did you guys know you don't even need to be a judge to buy a gavel? I'm not even making that up. There are honestly stores where you can just walk in and give them money and they will sell you a gavel. And then you get to be a man with a gavel and you can punctuate minor life decisions. When a waitress says, sir, would you like your coffee with milk or cream? And you're like, cream! She thinks, wow, I bet that guy worked hard in grad school. And you're like, not as hard as you think, lady. When I do get moments of time to myself, if I can just kick back, I like reading boring history novels. Is my favorite thing to do. It really, if you know history, it puts your iPhone battery being at 7% is not so bad. If you know history, you're like, well, at least I don't have the plague. Things could be a lot worse. Do you know history, sir? Let me ask you this question. In your opinion, who's the more important historical figure of the past 150 years, Eleanor Roosevelt or Hillary Clinton? Because it's Hillary Clinton. I had $20. That was the best $20 I ever spent. I'm also an excellent napper. I fall asleep fast. I wake up 10 minutes later, totally refreshed. As a napper, I love the snooze button is my favorite thing. You guys know the snooze button, right? Where you face off real world priorities with 10 minutes more of sleep. When you wake up and you're like, I don't need a shower today, right? Or you're like, I'm not gonna have toast, I'll just have bread today. Or you're like, I don't need a job, they have unemployment checks, I'm going back to bed. What's implied by that joke, obviously, is that I don't have kids, because you don't ever get to use the snooze button when you have kids, right? Because your alarm clock is a kid with real kid problems who needs you, and the kids don't come with a little button on their head to put them asleep for 10 minutes. But I do think more people would be willing to have kids if every kid came with a 10-minute snooze button for when your kids are just being super unreasonable, when your 4-year-old's like, Mom, I don't want a cheese sandwich, I want a grilled cheese sandwich, they're different, it's meltier. You could just hit him and be like, shut up for 10 minutes. Oh, I'm so glad I still smoke. And just have a private moment. Although, to be fair, if kids had the 10-minute snooze button, I promise you parents would way overuse the child snooze button. They would hit it all the time, and then 2 decades later, you'd have a lot of 25-year-olds who are kind of okay at coloring. And, oh no! Hey, guys, you have been wonderful. Thank you so much for having me. Have a great night!
After the break, Sterling Scott parties like it's his birthday.
Please welcome the captivating and wonderful Sterling Scott.
This is nice. There are no black people in here. I guess that's how y'all rest and relax, huh? It's my first time in the Peg. I'm really excited. First time, and I'm also celebrating my birthday. Celebrating my birthday? Thank you. Now, it's not an exciting birthday. I turned 33, you know. It's not cool like 16 or 21, you know, when people still loved you. It's just boring old 33. And yet people still ask me, they're like, what's it like when you wake up at 33? How do you feel when you wake up at 33? How does it feel? What was it like when you woke up? And I tell them it was exactly the same way as the day I was born, because I woke up naked, alone, and crying. That's all that happened. So I'm older now, and I just want to kick it. I just want to relax, do nothing much. And my girlfriend was like, I got something for that. She's like, I made you a little romantic coupon book. And inside of it, it had little coupons that said things like, good for 1 back rub, and redeem for 50 kisses, and 30% off of snuggles. Because apparently I was paying for snuggles. Now, I appreciate the sentiment, I do, right? But I feel like these are things you give me every day anyways. If you're gonna give me a romantic coupon book, let it be for something you would never give me all year. I don't want a coupon good for 1 back rub. I want a coupon good for 1, shut the hell up. Just one, shut the hell up. Just, why you home so late? Why you smell like that? Why you been out there? Shut the hell up. I'll be at Staples printing those off by the dozens. 'Cause that's how I relax. I don't want a coupon good for 50 kisses. I want a coupon good for 1 reluctant sexual encounter. Just walk with me for a second. Gentlemen, on those nights when you're like, baby, let's make love. And she goes, no, I have a headache. You could be like, really? Because I got a coupon that'll clear that right up. It's brilliant. Now, on my birthday, my best friend Marcel, he calls me up, he says, Sterling, let's go out, let's get drinking. Now, here's the thing about drinking. It's one of the few things on this planet that you do to relieve stress that can increase your stress. So to try to get out of it, I was like, nah, I don't want to drink. I got my son. I can't go out. He's like, no problem. Let's go to Chuck E. Cheese. And then we got kicked out, but it's not my fault. Chuck E. Cheese serves alcohol. Like, you can't do that to me. And after 6 pints of beer, Chuck E. Cheese looks exactly like a nightclub. My son was like, hey, Daddy, when are we going home? I'm like, home? We shutting this place down. I'm so drunk, I'm in the parking lot trying to strap his car seat in the driver's seat. I'm joking, we didn't do that. We took a cab. I don't do it. I don't drink and drive because it's a criminal offense. You can go to jail. For real. And I am not mentally capable of handling jail. I know this because one time I got arrested and I didn't know that they can hold you in jail for 24 hours without charging you with a crime. So when I got arrested, I know I didn't do nothing. I was being rude to the officers. They put me in a holding cell and then they offered me a little cheese sandwich and some apple juice. And I was like, man, forget your apple juice. I kicked it right through the bars. I took that cheese sandwich and I threw it against the wall. I didn't know I was gonna be in there for 24 hours. After 8 hours, I was looking at the cheese sandwich like, it's not so bad, you know? That's a good sandwich. It's got Gouda. I should eat it. Now, in your holding cell, all you have is a metal bed and a metal toilet. Now, I was still trying to maintain my gangster. So I was like, man, forget this metal bed. I'm not sleeping on nothing. I didn't know I was gonna be in there for 24 hours. After 15 hours of standing up, I was looking at the metal bed like, it's not so bad, you know? Put a t-shirt down, it's pretty comfortable. 24 hours and I was mentally broken. 24 hours. What if I had to do Fed time, real time, 25 years? I'd be in the jail on my first day like, hey, let me make this clear. There will be no butt sex happening up in here. And then some guy would be like, really? Because I got a coupon that'll clear that right up. My name is Sterling Scott. You guys have been amazing. Thank you. Good night.
Well, this was the Rest and Relaxation show. We've learned the comics really can't rest or relax at all. We've learned, as an audience, you guys took the theme quite seriously. Really embraced it. Didn't want to give up too much. Kind of just sat there. But it's still not late to redeem yourself. I mean, you can, I don't know, give me a standing ovation right now. 2 people. Unbelievable. You're wonderful. God bless. Good night, everybody.